these snowdrops are in the way, so I'm going to move them. I'm not sure if that'll work. This is where I'm getting this wood from. The trees falling down in the storm. They're big, really high carnuka trees. Come crashing down in the storm, and then they sort of smash up everything in their path, really. So this has been on the floor for a while. It's probably a little bit rotten, but anyway, it'll work for a while. And so I've been chopping it up into this sort of size so I can use them as steps. I mean, they're not perfectly straight or anything like that, but they'll do the job. They just really need to support a little bit of that soil so I can cut in a step. Keep at it. Alright, there's a few to be getting on with there. Done. I'm pretty happy with that. It's not crazy steep, that hill. I could just about get up and down it before. The problem is when you're carrying something, like carrying a chainsaw or something, and then wet grass, you end up slipping and falling. So just these steps will help out a bit. Makes it easier to get to the trees as well, so I might do a few more on there's some steeper sections down there, and when we get fruit eventually, we won't really be able to sort of get at the fruit unless it's something to stand on to get closer to the tree, so I may do that in a bit. What work? These are really cool loquats, I've been told. Yeah, the tree's huge. It's, you know, way bigger than the house. It's probably like 5 meters or something. And I think these go yellow. Unfortunately, the birds like them, so the minute they go yellow, the birds get in there. So I haven't tried one yet, but I may even try and net some of this off just to save a few of them. I don't really care. There's so many of them, but so at the top the birds can have them, but maybe down the bottom I'll just net a few off and try them. If you know what these are, put it in the comments. But I've been told loquats. One of the things about the difference between the 3-dimensional world and the 2-dimensional world of video is everything always looks a bit flat, so you're probably thinking, why is he digging that there for? There's no reason for it, just stand there. But it's actually steeper than it looks, so if this thing's a fruit tree, it'll actually be really hard just to stand here and pick any fruit. So with this I can now grab the fruit, if it is even a fruit tree. I haven't even could be a total waste of time. Don't know what this is. There's no flowers coming through, just a few leaves, but I don't know. Here's hoping. I haven't done too much today. It's been a short day, but it is Sunday, so I'm taking it easy. I think the surf's meant to be cranking today, so I might leave it there, go for a surf, get back on it tomorrow. This was the what was the cupboard for the electrics. You can see the old electrics here. It's kind of cool looking. It looks like it's come off a boat or something. Really well sealed up. Range hood, gas, fridge, water pump, heater, all sorts. The way they had this set up, where they were using, the people that had this before, they were using it for camping. So all of this would have been running off a 12-volt battery down here, and we're not going to do that. We're not going to go camping, so we don't need these two different sorts of wiring set up. So I'm just going to pull all of this out, and I'm cheating a bit here and getting electricians to come in and sort this out. I don't really like electrics. One, if I get it wrong, I can either electrocute myself or burn the bus down, and those two options are not very good. And two, it'll just take me ages. You know, you watching loads of YouTube videos and learning how it all works. It's just, I know that an electrician can come in here in a day and get this done. So we need to be living in this pretty soon, so that we need to move along here. So yeah, and in the meantime, since I'm doing this, I'm going to insulate behind here. So I've just put a bit of insulation in. I'll chuck that into place, try and bend it into shape if I can, and then I'll finish off the rest when the electricians are here. Okay, so all that lot is the old system, which I still kind of like. It's got some funky little switches there. I'll keep them for a bit, and maybe a way of using them for something, or if not, someone else will probably need them because they look useful. So I'll keep those, put them aside. And then this is all the new wiring, which I'm just stuffing in here from now, just to keep it out of the way. I'm really glad to get that job out of the way, actually. It's kind of annoying always having to, every time we come through the door, having to walk through a load of cables. So they're all out of the way now. Everything's labelled up by the electricians. I'll wait till I've got a bit further along with the van, and then eventually we'll get some electricians in order to put a fuse board in here, put a door on there, and it'll be done.